Hi, welcome, and thank you for joining me to Seek and You Will Find. I saw that some of you have written some questions, so thank you. If anybody else has more questions, please write them. So Seek and You Will Find is where you can ask me a question, and I'm going to give you the answer in the form of a healing, and then also try to do a similar healing to the group as a whole, so that no matter what the question is, you'll get a healing from it. But I wanted to start with a healing that I thought of because something happened to me this weekend. I wound up sleeping all weekend. I mean, I could not get off the couch. And I mentioned this to my friend, and she said there's actually something about the changing of the seasons and how that will make you more tired. Well, I'd never heard of that before. Many of you probably already know about it. But so I went online and did a little research, and there's actually two things that happen during the changing of the season from summer, from fall to winter. And that's that the days get shorter. And so we produce more melatonin, which makes us sleepy. And then because the days are shorter, we get less vitamin D. So unless you're supplementing your vitamin D, the vitamin D is also helpful to the sleep state. So those are two things going on. And so I was going to do a healing to help everybody move through the transition from one season to another. Now, before I start, I'm going to open up with a prayer. Excuse me. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to go ahead and work off the composite of everybody on the call. And the first thing that I'm going to clear is the energy of like fatigue, just a lot of tired energy. There's a lot of white unconscious energy coming out too. And it's funny because it reminds me of like bears when they get ready to hibernate. When I look at the energy of everybody, it's like slowing down, like getting ready to do a nice long nap. There is a thick layer of energy that has to do with the changing of the seasons coming off of you. It's like about that thick all around your aura. And it's kind of grainy and crunchy, and it's brown and green. And as that layer starts to come down from the top down like that, gold is coming in right behind it. So that's a good thing. This is great because it's really like closing out one creative cycle and getting ready to start another one. That's what I see. Okay. Let me fill you in with gold. All right, good. That was getting a bunch of sluggishness out. Okay, I have a couple of questions over here that I'm going to get to. I see that tonight we have a couple on jobs, which is great. And they're going to be approached from different angles. So this first one is, I recently applied at the Oakland Museum for 2 positions. A project manager position was applied online, and a project coordinator was applied via email to HR rep, and then the name is given to me. Can you please clean off any blocks to my applications and set the energy right for them to be interested in interviewing me, and a smooth interviewing process for me so my talents can shine and I'm hired by the Oakland Museum? Okay, thank you for that. I'm going to work specifically on yours right now, and then I'm going to do a healing for the group. Your online application, the energy was a lot cleaner on that. For some reason, that's easier, that the energy on that is the strongest. But I'm going to clean off both of them, don't worry. But it looks like one of them, they may have already made a decision on. The way you've set up your space for getting a new job is really great. You have a lot of an apricot gold in your mock-up for this. It's clear, I can see it. But like I said, it's on the one, it's on the one, the project manager one, that I see the better energy. That's really clear. For some reason, the energy on the other one is not nearly as strong. So I can get that one to a really bright gold, but the other one, not so much. There's definitely an energy blocking something from happening on the second one. I'm also taking a being out of that. Okay. I'm filling both in with gold, and I got a little bit of action on the second one. There's gold in there, but there's still an energy in there that's a block, and it's not you. It's not an energy with you. It's something from the company. All right. So what I'm going to do now, and thank you for that request. What I'm going to do now is just clean out your business space, your workspace for everyone. Give that a healing. First energy in that is, that's the energy. And it's a brown, so I'm going to take that out. I recognize this energy. This is the energy of not replenishing yourself, being at work all day and never giving yourself a gold sun. So let me just say that every day, throughout the day, you could be giving yourself gold suns and recovering your energy all day long. And you don't have to wait until the end of the workday and you're home to give yourself a gold sun. That is basically what I'm doing in this workspace, is replenishing your energy. It's very, very depleted. Okay. All right, that looks much better. I'm filling you in with gold. And I'm going to do a couple of other questions, and then Lynn, I'm going to get to yours because that's another take on the business space that I want to get to. All right. My 17-year-old, I have to hold on a second here. My 17-year-old grandson has a large bowel impaction that is not responding to at-home doctor prescribed treatment. Please do a healing for him to release. Absolutely. Oh, you know what, Diana? Can you type his name in for me? There's a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to go to another question, but I need his name if you would, please. I don't have to announce it or anything, but if you could send that to me. If you need to do it privately through text. Oh, very good. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, his whole system is getting, it almost looks like toxic from it. Normally, I would expect to see energy in the first chakra backed up, like that it's a first chakra problem. But with your grandson, it looks like a third chakra, like in the solar plexus. And that where he's backed up is higher than down by the first chakra. There's an incredible amount of self-conscious energy that is tied up in that third chakra. Like the energy of withdrawing. Yeah, he's very sensitive to energy. So I'm helping him clean out his third chakra and get that spinning properly. And then I'm giving him a healing to his nervous system. Because his nervous system is out of whack. Okay, that looks like everything's grounding now. Okay, I'm going to fill him in with gold. And thank you for that request. And if you would, let me know how things are working for him, please. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay. Can you please clear out any cellular memory from my romantic relationship space that is no longer positively serving me and no longer assisting me in fulfilling my piece of the divine blueprint? Okay, yes, I would be happy to work on that. Okay, actually, I can do the healing on everyone the way that you worded that. Thank you. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to look at what would be like the master cell of the composite that I'm working on. And the first energy that the cell is clearing is the memory of rejection. That's a gray-white energy. And then the next energy is disappointment. And I can see it has to do with disappointment in like who you think you're getting together with, and then finding out that they are different down the line. But I want to say something about that. That's because you might have a picture of who you think that person is when you first meet them. And then as you get to know them, you get to see more of who they are. It's releasing anger from conflicts, like relationship conflicts. And what's cool is as this is being released, there's a really pretty fresh green coming in. Now there's some energy of low-level beings that I'm going to clear out, and I'm going to take this moment and capitalize on it and remind all of you that we have an erasure event coming up this month. And I would love to see all of you in it, because you have to be on the call in order to get the effects of the healing that we're going to be doing. And I'll talk more about that at the end of this. But one of the spaces that I wanted to work on in that was the relationship space and clearing out low-level beings from that. So tonight, I'm just going to work on clearing. I'm going to do a briefer clearing right now, but I do see some snakes and spiders in that space, so I'm clearing it. Okay. Gonna fill that in with gold. Even got a little bit of alien energy out of there. Tiny little bit at the end, some like silver alien energy. All right. Thank you for that request. That was a good one. Okay. I'm going to get to Lynn. Still in looking for a job mode. What is between me and my next job? There are a couple things. One, your job mock-up is still out in future time. So I'm going to help you pull that back into present time. And then between you and that mock-up, there was some gritty, grainy energy that I want to clear. I don't know what that is yet, but there was energy between you and bringing that in. I think that's discouragement, and we need to clear that off, that grainy brown that's out in front of you. So just to let you know, the way that I'm working this is on a timeline. So I have you in present time, and then out here is where I saw your mock-up, and then here is where the junky junk was. So now we got the mock-up back in present time. And I'm going to work it the way that I would a doorway. So I'm using the visual of a doorway in order to clear the energy that's blocking you from your next steps. And you know, if I could, I want to give you a little healing on yourself, because I think there's an issue of you having difficulty finding enthusiasm for this. So that's going to play into whether you can get your mock-up back or not. So let me give you a little healing on that. That's much more in present time now for you. And you started getting excited about it again. So I'm going to fill you in with gold. Okay, that was great. Now remember, when you're doing a job mock-up, you want to visualize that you're in it. You want to have that picture that you're already in it and experiencing whatever that emotion is that's going to make it real to you, whether that's relief, whether that's enthusiasm, excitement, but you want to imagine that you're already in that job and when you work that mock-up. Okay, let's go on. Thank you very much for that. Yes. Can you check my, oh, you know what I didn't do though, before I go on to that other one, is I meant to do a healing on the group, clearing energy for your next step. And this I'm also going to do as a doorway, like I'm visualizing a door, you open the door. So I'm going to see what's there. Well, I'll tell you what's there. There are a couple of beings there. I'm going to clean that out. And just about across the board, everybody's got a family control being that they bump into anytime you want to try to raise your energy up. So I'm going to say hello to those and back them off. Okay, that was good. Now there's some dark red brown energy at the doorway. This is the energy of other people's problems, that there's a programmed obligation to try to solve other people's problems before you take a next step. I'm going to clear that programming. There's a really beautiful blue coming into this space now of your next step, like a certainty blue. The door is opening, and I just want to run some gold through the frame of the door. There, that looks good. There you have a clear way for your next step. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, now I'm going to work on the sinuses and the head for pain and pressure. And in fact, what I'm really going to do is check everybody's telepathic channels first. Just as I suspected. Very, very congested, filled with white energy, very thick. And I actually hear a lot of people complaining in the telepathic channels. And I know because you all are healers that people come to you for things. And I can tell that this is yet another area where people will run their problems through you, is telepathically try to get you to give to them or solve it for them or heal them. So that's where I'm working right now. To the person who asked this question, you've got a couple of pressure points that are like loaded that I'm trying to work on. And as long as I'm up here in the head area, I'm just going to check the spinal fluid too. It seemed to me that just about everybody, the plates in your skull kind of could use a little shifting. So that's what I was working on. It's like they get tight, and I was just using my astral hands to kind of loosen that up a little. Yeah, to the person that asked this question, there's a being that is associated with this issue. And that being, I've got it backed off right now. And I'm just moving beings out of everybody's head right now. Okay. I'm going to fill everybody in with gold. So I think that particular problem was twofold. There was a being, and it was the telepathic channels were really clogged. And that's moving now. Okay. Thank you for that request. Let me check. Uh-oh, here's some more that I missed. I'd like to know how we can use our own tools that we've learned to help someone else who is having an episode or is in crisis. I love that question. It's a great question because you can always put a gold grounding cord on somebody else, which is basically what I do with you when I work with you. I put a gold grounding cord on you to start with and just start grounding the energy. So that would be the first go-to. Well, actually, back up. The first go-to is to check that you're grounded. You don't want to be grounding somebody else unless you're grounded. Okay, so you ground yourself and then you show them a gold grounding cord. And the important thing is to make sure it hooks up into the first chakra and it goes all the way down to the very center of the planet and anchors in. And you might be surprised at how much good just grounding a person can do. So grounding is actually taking that energetic body and anchoring it through the physical body to the planet. And that is a great way to help somebody. And then another way is to collect up their energy in the gold suns and fill them in with gold. And those are two neutral actions that you can do. In other words, you're not doing anything that's harmful or hurtful in any way it's a neutral action, that you're helping that person release foreign energy and helping them to get their own life force back in the body. So thank you for that question. Okay. Jacob has a major issue with his body and digesting food. This is a different Jacob, everybody. He is in pain in his body and belly. Can we get a healing to his body and his digestive system? Yes. And then I'll do a healing to everybody else's digestive system. Now, I don't know if you've given him formula again. I know you weren't going to, you were trying not to, but I swear, this is the second time I've looked at him and it seems like there's milk solids in his intestines. So I don't know what that is. And that's something that he doesn't like, that to me, it looks like he has a little kink in his intestines. I'm just going to try to massage it. I kind of think that maybe his amino acids are off a little. Anyway, I'm doing a healing. I would just like to say that everything I'm working on is so tiny. He's so tiny. Those little intestines are so small. Okay, I think I have that cleaned out. The reason I'm quiet is I did not have it completely cleaned out. He's got a little being in his intestines too that I want to move out. Good. Okay. I'm going to fill him in with gold. All right. Thank you for that request. I hope that helps. I'm going to do a healing on everybody's digestion now. Well, there's two things that show up in the digestive tract. Hatred and, hold on a second. There's anger and hatred. And disappointment coming out. Yeah, unhappiness. Unhappiness in the intestines, that's coming out. Like some depression. And the colors that are coming back in are like blues, purples, and greens. Um, there's an energy in there that causes weight gain, and I'm working on that. I know all of us ladies would like to have that be cleared out. So just give me a minute on this. It's weird. It looks like it's a film inside the intestines that doesn't allow the intestines to absorb the nutrients the way that they would normally absorb. And that might just be normal over time, like with the age of a body and everything that we put in our bodies. I don't know. I don't know enough about physiology to know, but I'm clearing that film. Okay. Going to fill you in with gold now. Okay. Now I did not realize how late it is. I'm gonna do one more. Let me see. Okay. Could could we have the third chakra and nervous system healing? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Everybody's third chakra has some energy in it. And today it looks kind of like the energy of stop, like yeah, just stop energy. That's what I'm going to start on. And largely what I'm looking for is like the really gross, nasty stuff. So I'm clearing some black energy out of the third chakra. This is the energy of other people telling you what to do, demanding things from you. like demanding your time, your energy, your attention. Some of it's from work, but some of it's just people demanding from you. Okay, I'm going to fill that in with gold and then flush the nervous system with some gold. There's a lot of electricity coming out of your nervous system. That's nice. It's actually flushing really well and quickly. I'm just bringing gold into all of the entire nervous system. There was a lot of heat that came out of that too. Okay, I was just making sure it got into all the nerves. All right. Thank you for that request. Okay, now what is between me and taking my business to the next level? You have a bundle of dark blue energy that you're holding and showing me. I'm trying to see what this is. It's a lot of male energy. And you're trying to handle it or manage it. And I think you can just let go of it. I'm going to give you a healing on this. Pretty sure that you can just let go of this. In some ways, it's sort of like you're trying to figure out how to work around the male energy. That's more of how I see this. And so you kind of have it contained and trying to figure out what to do with it. Little by little, you're starting to let go of it. There's something about where you think you have to hold on to it. And that's where I'm working with you right now. what you're doing is you're having to release a tremendous amount of resistance in order to let go of this energy. So my suggestion to you is to create and destroy roses for resistance. Here it goes. Now you're starting to release that energy. And with the bundle of blue that you had, some dark purple is coming out, some other energy. So that was great because that blue energy just sort of kick-started a whole release now. You know, some of that energy is the energy of betrayal, having been betrayed in work and you hesitating about or being leery of taking a step forward because of that. So I'm going to clear that. Okay, I'm going to fill you in with gold. That point of betrayal is very deep, and that's something that you'll want to continue working on. You were able to release a fair amount of it, but there's still some work to be done there. But you've been filled in with gold. And let me make sure. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just give everybody a quick fill-in. Gathering your energy up off the planet. I'm going to call it in from the cosmos. And I'm filling you in. Very good. All right. May it be with the blessing of divinity that this Seek and You Will Find session be complete. Amen. Thank you, thank you. Those were great questions. Okay, I'm just going to go over real quick, hopefully, what's coming up. I think we have something coming up at the end of this week is the 20-minute meditation. And that is on, hold on a second here. Oh, that's on Thursday night. And that's Inspiration and Childlike Wonder. That's coming up. And then what's really important this month is there are two things. The Women's Intuition class, which is on running energy. And I really want to recommend that you all come to the running energy class. It's such a vital part of finding your space, keeping your spiritual body healthy and well. If you don't know how to run energy, you're not going to be able to keep those chakras spinning properly and cleaned out. Mm-hmm. And when the chakras start getting overwhelmed with energy, that's when we start having physical problems because things just stop functioning. So running energy is very important. I'd love to see you all. That's coming up on Thursday, the 14th. And then 2 weeks from that is the Erasure event, which is free. to everyone and anyone that wants to come. The only thing is that you have to register your name so that I know that you're in it for the healing. So you can have your friends come, just to have them register separately, please. And that's open for everyone. And what that is going to be a night of clearing low-level destroyed energies. So I invite my healers from my Transmedium Healing Clinic, and they come and they just erase for straight 30 minutes. And we just blow out every being that you can imagine that's a low-level form. And so it's a wonderful healing. It's a great healing. And I would really like you to come. That's a great space for you to come and enjoy. And then my monthly special this month is on giving and receiving. Because we're all healers, there's usually a weighted side of the dichotomy of giving and healing, usually over on the giving side. And so what I'm doing in the monthly special is cleaning out both sides of the dichotomy and bringing balance to your ability to give and receive. So that's what's cooking this month. We have a couple of healings in the sanctuary. And I just want to thank you for joining me tonight. And I look forward to seeing you in the 20-minute meditation coming up. So I got my eyes on you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for your questions. Bye-bye.